Alright, hey guys. So today I want to talk about relationships and how snowballing plays into it as well, actually. But point is, there's a problem when it comes to relationships that a lot of guys run into. And the problem is, if you're not lucky and you lack some social skills, more or less, you're gonna have less of a pool of girls or people to choose from. Right? And I'm a straight guy. I want to talk from the perspective of the dynamic between a guy and a girl. Straight relationships. One of the big problems, if you don't have a big pool to choose from, then you're more likely to not have options. If you don't have many options, then how do you get more out of every opportunity that you get? Well, you drop your standards, you confine to the rules around you and go, well, if I can't have this, at least I'll have this or that, or at least what you really want is at least somebody, and not to be completely alone and have no options, right? Some options are better than no options. So guys think like this. We think, well then, the way to make sure that out of the few people that I've been willing and able to talk to, at least somebody from there I end up building something with, or hoping for something at least, excited for them, something. And therefore your standards drop and your choices drop, and you start to also act in a way that shows that. That's where things start to go wrong. Having an open mind is one thing about what kind of girl you're approaching, and not judging the book by its cover. All of those things are fine. But what is not fine is when that starts to turn you into someone who looks like or acts like someone that doesn't really care about anything about you. Because the problem becomes, if you would take anyone, then the girl that you're talking to will feel like, well, there's nothing about me that makes me different from the other girls. And if I'm not special, because everyone is the same to you, anyone you'll take, then why would I enjoy being in this relationship? Because relationships are about finding someone that you connect with, finding someone that you have a connection that's bigger than even friendship, and that's special. Those don't happen as easily or as often as casual relationships of friendships. So that's where the problem lies. If you're willing to give up your preferences in order to get a girl, then your preferences no longer exist. And having no preferences is having nothing special. And having nothing special is putting you in the category of people that girls will not find special. And if there's nothing special, there's no relationship. That's how it really is. They want something special. That's the reason they want a relationship. They want something special with someone special. If you're not special, and if you're willing to not have a preference, then nothing is, then that's it. It's nothing. You lose before you even begin. That's why you're losing. Now, of course, if you put out all these preferences and you go the other extreme, your chances of finding someone's going to make up their mind about you faster than you can even say hi to them. And if they make up their mind about you before they even meet you and before you have a chance to basically prove yourself innocent, you're guilty before you even walk into the court. You know, like a figurative thing. Like it's over, you know, you're done. So it's also important to not overshare, because the tendency of people who are looking for that really special girl and they have some things they really hold on to is to overshare and to overload the other people around them or the other person. And when you do that, that person gets so much specific information about you that you're very likely to hit some mine, some pet peeve, some anything. And that's before the person even cares about you. And if the person doesn't care about you and they find something they don't like about you, well, now, and a guy they've never met before that they don't know anything about is better than you, who's the guy that they know something bad that they don't like about you. So you lose. That's how that is, you know? So, well then, okay, Foxy, then what the fuck do I do? Well, what you do is ground yourself in the moment you're in. And what the fuck does that mean, Foxy? Well, what it means is that you only hold on to the moment you're in. And you just forget about the rest. You just forget it. It's trust. How do you fix this problem? Well, the problem is trust. You don't trust yourself to find the girl. You don't trust yourself to be yourself when you meet this girl. You don't trust yourself to not fuck up, essentially. And the thing with like fucking up is that the problem is not trusting yourself is the fuck up. That's the fuck up. It's not well, I don't trust myself because I could do something wrong. And that's something wrong I need to avoid. And the only way to avoid that is to not attempt the thing that has a probability of failure. And that failure is the problem. That's not your problem. Your problem starts right before all that. Your problem is that you don't trust yourself. You not trusting yourself makes you doubt that everything you do and everything you think and everything you feel is true, is real, and is a part of you. Those are real things. If you don't trust yourself, you start to divide things subjectively. You start to use your subjective judgment to decide what things you're doing are a part of you and what things you're doing aren't. And when you divide yourself like this, you create a civil war inside you. A war between what you want your legacy to be and what you want people to see you as. you need to give up the what you want people to see you as part, and only hold on to the legacy. The legacy can be simplified into what kind of person I am, and that can be simplified into how do I want to make other people feel. Do I want them to feel confident when they're around me? You know, do I want to fuse them with like confidence and groundness? Do I want them to feel relaxed? You know, do I want them to feel relaxed enough to make jokes? To, let go and say whatever's on their mind. And then from there, you can grow into figuring out what kind of person that makes you. And what kind of person you are determines the path of your legacy, determines the legacy that you have. And the funny thing is, your legacy will be what people perceive you as. And your legacy builds from what you are, not from what other people see you as. And that's the crazy part, isn't it? What you are will always be there. It will always be there. If you only care about what you are and what you do, and you ground yourself in that moment, here we are coming full circle, you ground yourself in just that one moment you're in. If you do that, then you will, half full, half empty. That will make you into a half full personality. No one wants to be in a relationship with someone that is missing things. And that's the point. The point is they're missing something. That's not what people want. People want, he has this. He does this. So if you are focusing on being the half full cup, if you make your life about being the half full cup, people will see the half full cup. And the half empty, no one's gonna see. And therefore, they're not gonna see your flaws. They're not gonna focus on your flaws, at the very least. They're not gonna care about your flaws, because what you care about is what you do, not about what you're missing, not about what you hate about yourself, not about what you wish you could change about yourself that you can never do. Physical appearance things, your past, your upbringing. There's just things that you can't change. They're just you, and that's what's magical about it. It's you. That's where you root yourself, and that's how you have. That is how you get people to fall in love with you, people to appreciate you, people to respect you. And then, just like magic, focusing on what you're doing is going to just remove the problem of perception. The perception will gravitate onto what you do, and that's it. You're done. You no longer need to manage your people's perception of you. You can now manage your life. You can now manage what you do, why you're doing it, and who are you going to become, and who are you now. You can manage who you are. You can be what you want. You can become what you want. You can be whatever you like. It will feel that way. It is not blind reality. It is not brainwashing your mind into thinking you're okay. It is making yourself feel that you are okay. And if you feel you are okay, then you will have confidence in what you are doing. And having that confidence in what you're doing will make everything work for you instead of against you. I would not be able to have walked by that guy that was looking at me. He was sitting on the, on the curb like this. I skipped the phone halfway in the beginning of the conversation because I was like, oh, the girls are gonna see me talking on my phone. They're gonna think, oh, that's so weird. Look at the camera. Maybe he's a creeper. He's filming them. Oh, what a creep, filming two girls walking on the sidewalk. No. So I just skipped that interaction. I was like, no, that's I can't do that. And then I stayed in the moment just now talking about this. I didn't have a plan for this. I came up with this as I was talking. I just knew I had some kind of thought in my mind. I had something that a seed when I was walking out of the garage of my house, and I was like, I have a cool idea. I'm gonna talk about it. I feel like there's something that means something to me that I can express here. And I was like, I'll record it. And as I kept doing this, I realized this idea. And I felt confident in myself that I would get to a point, that I would be able to close this point, that I would find something that can wrap it up. And I just kept walking and kept talking. And I just walked by that guy. I was talking in full voice to you guys. And I felt different. I felt something change about me. And it feels amazing. I fucking promise you. And really that's where it all ends. Is the hardest thing to sometimes do, I mean pretty much the hardest thing in life to do, is to change. It is by far the hardest thing. And the number one thing when it comes to change is trust. It is a linear equilibrium. The more trust, the more change. The more power you have over change. Your power comes from trust. There you go. So that's it. I'm gonna jog the rest of the way here because this originally was supposed to be a jog, but it turned into a innovative talk with me about life, which I think about a lot. Point is, thanks for watching. I'm really glad this worked. I really like this one. This one really nailing a few good points there. I'm gonna definitely come back to it and listen to it myself anyway. Okay, bye. There's one more thing I'll add. Back from the run, basically. Okay. A lot of people who have trouble with finding friends and all of this kind of stuff feel like there's darkness inside them, feel like there's things they're protecting other people from by keeping them at arm's length. I know this from personal experience. I went to PAX and I met one of the members from the Ready Set Something YouTube channel. I'm terrible at names. I'm super sorry. But I love them. I love their YouTube skits. They do Magic the Gathering skits. They also have branched off to other things, including vlogs, but Magic the Gathering was where they started. I went there and met them in person, and I asked everyone what their greatest struggle was in the group and just in general, their own greatest struggle. And I got everyone's answers except for the girl. I really wanted her answer because she was this kind of more dark emo kind of type in a way, at least in the skits, and outside as well. Her humor seemed to feel in some ways similar to what I found myself finding familiar to my own things. And what she said was kind of like a darkness and like a feeling of having like a void and all kinds of stuff like this. And she's also an artist, just like myself. I'm a musician. She said that basically the darkness never goes away, but when you make things that are good and other people express and respond in a way that says that what you're doing is good, it makes them happy, makes them laugh, it makes them have gratitude towards you, any of this kind of stuff will reassure you that you are good, that you are not evil, that you're not darkness in a body, and none of those things. And darkness never goes away, but you can feel rooted and you can find peace by doing things and channeling your energy into things that you can create and do that are good. And when you get a response from people, that can really equalize you and calm you and turn you into having balance instead of chaos. And that's one of the reasons I think, especially people that struggle with all of this kind of stuff, including depression, really look for connection with people, really want that, but have such a hard time with getting there. If they could just jump and be there, they wouldn't have the problem. It's a classic catch-22. And I hope this video reveals the path through this so that it is no longer a catch-22, and it can change your life. The other thing that I've realized is that one of the things I do all the time, because I have felt depressed many days in my life. The reason I'm smirking is because I actually feel like I've found something that works and something that really solves this. And it's really simple. It's food. I didn't eat. I would starve myself all the time. Here's a sandwich I just made after my run. I would starve myself because I felt I didn't deserve food unless I met my expectations of myself and met my goals and met what I wanted to be, what I wanted people to perceive me as. If people didn't perceive me as what I wanted them to perceive me as, I didn't deserve food. I didn't say that to myself, but I felt that, and it made me turn off all my receptors to needing of food. I would ignore it. I wouldn't eat for days straight. And then I would feel pain. My brain would just scramble because, and I would start feeling even more depressed and all this kind of stuff. And the real problem was actually food. Was actually just not having an energy source from outside. And not feeling that you deserve food is part of not trusting in yourself being deserving of existing. Not trusting in yourself that you deserve to live, that you deserve to do great things. All of this And that's why it's so frustrating when, other people are trying to understand you and they ask all these questions, and you're like, God, if they are asking the most stupid questions, they're looking in the most wrong fucking places. And infuriating me the most because I felt that I could figure out what was actually the questions they needed to ask me, but I didn't know what they were. And so I was stuck there going like, no, it's not this, no, I'm fine, because you're not going to figure it out. You're not. I know myself better than you do, and if I can't figure it out, then you're not going to have a clue, and I was like, well, that was the struggle. And I promise you, if you can eat food to where you feel full, and you can be in the moment and not cower in front of life, and trust, blind trust. Because the only reasons in your life you don't trust yourself is because other people made it seem like you shouldn't, and that's stupid. That is fucking stupid. Yeah. Cheers.